Hello, guys. I am Joel and I am from Cameroon, but I presently live and work in Japan as a teacher. I'm also a student at the University of the People, and I am also the owner of a YouTube channel by name My World. So in this channel, I try to educate and motivate students and potential students to be serious with their education, to take their studies very serious, and how to get good grades and how to avoid certain academic misconducts. So, as an African and a Cameroonian, to be precise, living and working in Japan, I think I would say my greatest challenge in the office is the cultural difference. You know, we are from different backgrounds. I just came here and I met Japanese people, and they have their own customs and traditions. They have their own office, conduct, and they have their own office ethics. Back in Cameroon, we have our own office ethics. So first, that was a challenge I faced, but I came to understand them. I came to, know the office atmosphere. Another challenge, and it's a very important one, is the language. In Japan they speak Japanese, but back in Cameroon we speak French and English. And most African countries we speak English and French. So the language is a little bit difficult. Yeah, I'm getting there. But for now, it's still difficult. Sometimes they need to explain things to me like a primary school student. But it's fun. I'm getting there. So those are some of the challenges I face. Well, for the problem of cultural differences, I try to study their culture and I try to get a hold of, the most important ethics that have been allowed in the office area. So I got to learn them and I got to be very, not perfect, but I think I got to be very good at it. And the challenge of language, presently I'm taking classes, Japanese classes. Gradually I am going to beat that challenge too. As an African and as a Cameroonian, to be specific, what challenge or what advice can I give to my brothers for those living in Japan, for those living in Asia? The only thing I want you to understand is that it's not your country. And in that case, you should be able to understand some basic, ethics that are being permitted, especially at workplace. So in order for you to do that, you need to respect their basic ethics and you need to respect their basic cultures. You'll be able to get along with them well. That's the most thing that especially Asians and Japan people, they always get angry about when you try to disrespect their culture and their tradition. Even me, if you go to my country and you try to do that, I get angry. So respect their customs and respect their traditions and try to get a hold of a little bit of their language. If you live in Thailand, if you live in Malaysia, if you live in China, try to get a little bit of the language. You don't have to be perfect, And for those wanting to travel, those that are still planning to travel, of course, yeah, you can travel, but again, you need to find the purpose of why you are traveling. Just traveling for a greener pasture is actually not so much good reason. That's why when we travel sometimes for greener pastures, we end up having problems. You should travel to somewhere that, okay, for example, I want to go to Japan because I like the food, I like the customs, I like the tradition. In that case, when you get to Japan, you'll be familiar with some certain things and you can study some certain things back at home. And yes, so because you like the customs and you like the tradition, you'll be interested in studying the customs and tradition. So that's what I'll advise those who want to travel, especially to Asia, to put into their heads. You are not only traveling for greener pasture, but try to get something that is motivating you to travel. Yeah, if you put that in mind, then I think traveling is okay. But if you only put for greener pastures in your mind, it's going to be tough. Though it's possible, but it's going to be tough because you will have to learn the customs and traditions which I don't think you like, including the language. So try to get something apart from traveling for greener pastures. Try to get something that you also like to do when you get to the country.